Hi, welcome back. This is the second part of showing you about the oil stain problem that a lot of driveways and parking lots have. At our job site today at our apartment complex, we're treating oil stains. And as you can see, we had to torch every oil stain. And you can see here, this mountain of asphalt is oil treated asphalt. Basically, we torched, we scraped, and this is what we got out. So it's very important to understand that oil stains is one of the biggest problems on a parking lot or driveway. The only way to treat oil stain is two ways. You torch, you scrape, and then you treat it with the material we'll show you later on, which is called tacker. It's used for asphalt to glue it to the existing old asphalt. But in this case, we're going to use it to treat it like a primer in order to put slurry on top. So basically, this is the after torch and scrape. So it's very important for us to understand that the second part of treating an oil stain is simply doing the same process, but instead of primer it with tacker, you actually put an overlay of hot asphalt, then compact it with a roller or biplane. So in this case, because the owner of the property didn't want to go the most expensive route, he wanted just to treat it. So this is what we're doing. A scrape, torch and scrape, and treatment, and then slur. Stay tuned and we'll continue in our tutorial. Welcome back. Right now what we did, we power washed all of the area, every inch of this asphalt. Power wash is very important. It removes a lot of greases, stains, and a lot of dirt that's stuck to the asphalt. It removes it. So we use a heavy-duty power washer. As you can see, these are the patches that we torched and scraped. And now that we finish power washing after torching and scraping, now this material right here is the tacker that I told you. This material is basically used for asphalt. And the application is very simple. You know, just evenly put it all over. And basically this is going to help the sealer stick properly to the asphalt. Because the problem is with the oil stains. Oil stain, imagine water and oil. It'll never mix, it'll never stick, it'll never go together. It's the same thing with slurry seal coat. Slurry and oil doesn't stick to the asphalt, doesn't allow it. So this is the procedure that you need to take. Again, this is the first choice, which is the cheaper way of doing it. Torch, scrape, power wash, tack it, slurry. The second one is basically the same thing except you use a patch of asphalt. So that's about it. Stay tuned. Hello again. We power washed this whole area, but before we power washed, we torched, we scraped the oil stains, then we treated the oil stains with tacker. It's the same material that you use for the asphalt to stick to the old asphalt. So we went ahead and touched it up, as you can see here. And now what we did is after we do this, then we go to the next step, which is a crack filler along with sand-filled bonding and slurry seal coat. And we mix it together. And basically you'll see what it does. If you can stand over there and you can see, just put it right in the middle. Now what this does, because it has sand, slurry, and crack filler, when I spread it, it fills in all the cracks, all the creases. As you can see, it fills it in. And basically, when I'm going to slurry it, this would get it ready for me. So now it's treated, it's torched, it's power washed, and we put the heavy coat, the slurry seal coat, sand, and crack filler, and it gives it a very good smooth surface. And this is basically what it is. Now, we wait for it to cure. After it dries, then we hit the whole parking lot. As you can see, we did the same process with the cracks. All the cracks, we filled them in with the same material. And now, once we let this cure, either one day or a few hours depending on the sun and the weather, and then we slurry coat the whole thing. So stay tuned so you can see the whole finish. Hi, this is Douglas again with DrivewayMaintenanceToday.com. This is the second day that we are on our project at an apartment complex. We finished the first day prepping, which was power washing, cleaning into all the cracks, and then treating oil stains, which we torched, scraped, and then we treated it with a primer that we used as a tacker, which is basically the glue for asphalt when you lay down asphalt. But here in this case we used it as a base so that we could slurry on top of the oil stains after torching and scraping. And then we filled in all the crack with the same material that we did, a mixture of sand, sealer, and crack filler. We just mixed it together. Today what we're doing, as you can see now, we're doing a very thick coat of sand fill bonding, which we add sand along with crack filler and slurry, mixing it to a good batch, a good mix, and then we're laying it with a squeegee. And as an example, I'm going to show you. Stanley, bring what you have there, please. I'm going to show you. Go ahead and add sand to that. Okay, that's it. Now, what you do is basically you start mixing. You're just mixing it together until you get a very thick. You got to mix it until you don't see the sand anymore. And it mixes into the slurry. And this is where you're getting your thick coat. I need more sand. You got to know how much sand to put in it. You can't put too much. Right there. Okay, good. You can't put too much and you can't put too little. You got to know exactly how much to put, and that's where my experience comes in. So this is basically how you do the sand-filled bonding. And you notice the texture. The texture, it's thick, it's sandy, and it lasts longer. It gives it more muscle. So, with that said, we'll show you before and after. As soon as we do this, we'll get back to the end. So stay tuned. Hi again with DrivewayMaintenanceToday.com. My name is Douglas, and we are finalizing our job here at the apartment complex in North Hollywood, California. And we did we torched, we scraped, and we primed all the oil stains. Then we did a heavy coat of sand-filled bonding with crack filler within it and heavy sand. We mixed it, giving it a very good coat of slurry seal coat. Today we finished the striping, as you can see. We snapped the line. We use a line with chalk on that line, and we snapped the line, measuring exactly the size of what we needed to do. In this case, 8 feet width by 16 feet long. And basically, now what we're doing is we're putting the second coat of slurry seal coat. The second coat goes where the heavier traffic movement is. In this case, right on this side of the parking stalls. So basically this is the process of doing a simple restoration or maintenance to a parking lot or driveway. There is different ways of treating different driveways and parking lots, depending on how dry, how old, and how much maintenance needs to be done, patching of asphalt, etc. But on our website, as you're going to see, we have all types of different scenarios and problems on parking lots and driveways. Take your time, look through the pictures, and if you have any questions, maybe we can answer them on our facts page, where there's questions and answers that maybe you don't think about. And it's right there, and it will help you to understand what you need for your driveway and parking lot. Thank you for joining us on doing a restoration on this apartment complex, and we hope to see you soon and talk to you soon. Thank you for listening and being part of DrivewayMaintenanceToday.com.